Oh, it's on Marnie. It opened on Marnie. That was nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Hello to our wonderful live friends watching on, what's this website called? YouTube. Well, I know YouTube. Look at this beautiful audience who've already arrived in droves, ready for their Wednesday night fix of footy. And what better place to do it than the footy with Broden, Marnie and Tom.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to have my team back. As the camera sits on Tom while I talk for some reason, the cameras hate me. And why would you like me? Fair.
Yeah.
I was here on Sunday with a ramshackle group of people, one being Charlie Clausen from Home and Away.
I loved it.
And I think it's still on Tom. It's Tom on his phone. The camera loves Tom.
This is my laptop. I'm not on my phone.
But I'm saying.
No, but don't accuse me of being on my phone when I'm on my laptop.
If you had your laptop, you could do the bomber sting for once.
Yeah,
well. Do you know how painful it is?
No, I have to do the bomber sting. I have to go make a slide for you.
Or we could play it through this laptop.
You could do that, yeah.
I could just play it on my phone, to be honest.
No, but I'll make you a slide.
Okay.
But
I guess I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it.
You absolutely deserve it.
No,
I just would have to.
If you lose by 69 points, I don't think me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been
a great number to lose by.
You know, I've said from the start that Bombers are no good.
No, don't say that.
But I'll make you a thing, Marns.
Thank you. My TikTok on it did all right.
Fuck yeah.
Did you see it? I used the audio and did my own.
Yes, I did see it.
Did you like it?
I did see it. You mimed me.
I did mime you.
Like a TikTok.
Yes.
I think I saw that, but I'm going to just have a little look now.
Okay.
Because if I didn't like it, I'll feel embarrassed, you know? So I'll give it.
I think you did like it. And I was like, oh, I'm glad they both saw it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But we've got to double check these things.
Hey, let's play it right now. Put your headphones on. Actually,
you need to pick me up.
This is just this is filler, everyone. We'll get into the proper entertainment soon. But Pogs in the chat, if you'd love to hear, the Bombers are coming hard. Here it comes.
Yeah, I did see this, man. It's great.
The Bombers are coming hard. They're coming very hard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to make that my alarm. I want to wake up to this every morning.
I'll send
Put
it
me
to
in a
you,
good
Marns.
mood. Okay.
Oh yeah. Now, if you'd like to hear it again, Pog in the chat.
Pog, pog, pog. Or you can drop the Essendon logo.
Or yeah, drop the Essendon logo.
Drop the Essendon logo. Planes.
I'll just do it.
Planes in the chat.
Planes in the chat.
The Bombers are coming hard. They're coming very hard.
Anyway, what I meant to say was it's lovely to have my crew back. As nice as Will and Charlie were, it's lovely to have you all back because let's play that one more time. It's lovely to have you all back because you're my crew who love talking footy.
The Bombers are coming hard. They're coming very hard.
I have a sequel to this as well, which I'm going to drop for you on Sunday, Broden.
Oh, really?
A Bombers one?
No, not a Bombers one. Sorry to disappoint. Bombers already have two. They have gadget type operators.
Yeah.
And coming hard. So Bombers can't have it.
And they do neither of those things.
Yeah, there are teams that don't have a single sting.
Well, that's their fault.
Like Gold Coast.
North
Melbourne.
Gold Coast should have one.
Yeah, there's so many. I think there's like 10 stings. There's not 18 yet, but we'll get there.
Gold Coast are very exciting.
Yeah.
Folks, we've got a lot to talk about today. I haven't seen this crew in a week. One had gastro. One doesn't come in on Sunday.
Yeah.
So you could have had gastro.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay, good.
A lot of parents I know did.
Really?
Yeah.
Legit though? Was it going around?
Yeah. Like on my stories, a lot of like the close friends thing was just my friends with my
Gastro.
My
Do you
friends that are parents.
think, before we go like we do the podcast, do you think people should have children?
Fucking hell. Like ethically.
Just-
Actually, Tom and I've had a really good conversation about this because
Yeah.
you try to counter the argument that a lot of people put forward about kids and the joy that it actually brings and like being able to watch the world through like your baby's eyes.
But he said that before he had gastro.
Oh, right. Now
true.
how do you feel about having
Yeah, no, fuck kids. No, you know what I actually backflipped on?
You what?
I've been fighting really hard to get my son into like some casual daycare because he's like, so I don't have to swap around work
Thanks,
and my wife
Keelan.
and stuff. And he spends time with my wife and me or his grandparents, right? And I was like, maybe it'd be good for him to spend some time with kids and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So every now and then he can go to like relief daycare.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be bad. My wife's like staunch against it, right? She's like, he's not going to daycare. He's too young. He'll get too sick. And I was like, no, I really think it'll be good for his development. Yeah. Now he's getting homeschooled. He's never going to daycare. I'm never catching another bug again.
It's important for kids to get all the things.
Nah, he's not. Again, it's too much of a risk. I thought I was going to die.
Maybe you didn't have...
I'm glad that you videoed it so we could all hear the sounds of you.
Oh, I cut out all the good bits, mate. Because I always... Do you guys do this? I always film myself when I vomit.
No, why would I ever do that?
No, that's not a normal thing to do, Tom.
It's such a rare occurrence and so many people just... call in sick. Do you know what I mean? Inverted
you have to
commas.
prove it.
So I always have this thought when I'm vomiting, like, no one's going to believe me. So I start videoing it.
That's horrible. I vomit all the time. I have such a sensitive tummy.
We're going to come.
I vomited yesterday.
You guys, this is too good content to leave.
Can you shout out these two pill bouncers before we start?
Ken, are you in Tokyo? Because I text you today. And that's because if you didn't reply, it's because you're in Tokyo.
Thank you, Jonte, and thank you, Keelan, for becoming pill bouncing members. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You got to stop. Okay, I'm going to ask about if you'd like.
Can we get presents from Tokyo?
Yeah.
Can we have presents from Tokyo? It's my birthday week.
Is it your birthday week?
Yeah, of course.
What day?
Friday. We've talked about this. Essendon playing Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, don't go.
Yeah, I'm going.
It's going to be awful.
I know.
Well, maybe they'll come through. I'm going to...
No, they won't.
Okay. I'm going to write down... that we got stuff to get to before the news. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Please.
Okay, great. Because I got to ask about Tom filming himself vomiting. That's really important for me to get to the bottom of. That's the most insane thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Pog's in the chat for Marns' birthday. This is the Marnie birthday edition.
Thank you.
Marnie. That's fancy Marnie. Whenever Marnie gets fancy, she becomes Marnie. Oh, it's Marnie.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Are your folks here today or have they hopped off, do we reckon?
They're checked out.
Yeah, because Dad owes you a bottle of wine.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he texts that saying whatever your drop of poison is my mission to find out.
We had a friendly a wager over the Crows D's.
Yep.
All right, Marnie, Tom, Tam.
Thank you, Witchfar, for becoming a pill bouncer.
Yeah. Tuna Mana. Marnie. Tuna Marnie. Okay, let's do it.
Thank you.
Tom's looking at me.
Ready to do the live sting.
I forgot what I was like. What am I going to talk about here? Folks, it's Thursday. I've got my mates back. Bounce that pill. Folks, on Saturday I had to do this podcast with a whole new crew. Thank you so much to Charlie Clausen and Will Anderson, who were so generous with their time. We did a co-thing. I was really worried that people would be like, how dare you? But people were really supportive and really liked it.
I loved it. Also, you did it on Sunday, didn't you?
Yeah, I did it Sunday. And I didn't have my crew here. I set up the room by myself. I pressed record. I set the microphones up.
Were you really proud of yourself?
Oh my God. Yeah. What I did fuck up at the end. I took the file for video and I put it in the wrong folder. But apart from that, Tom was on FaceTime.
I was on FaceTime and it was like teaching a toddler how to use a PC, you know.
While you were sick.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Like, I did you need to get the files.
And so I'm rejoined after a week away. And he's come back a fuckhead. Please welcome Tom.
Hi, everybody.
And Marnie.
Marnie.
So we call Marnie whenever Marnie goes fancy. Like if she got in a Chevrolet.
Matching tracksuit that was properly acknowledged.
Yeah, you're wearing a matching Nike tracksuit. That is Marnie of you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Marnie birthday week, right?
And it's your birthday week.
That's why it's fancy.
Yeah.
Well, it's not fancy because it's her birthday week.
It is. It's Marnie fancy birthday week.
Fancy.
Fancy Marnie.
I do. We have a really long list of things to get to on this special Thursday edition, but unfortunately, that's all been sort of usurped by Tom. Said in the live stream before we went live with this episode that because he had gastro on Sunday. Are you feeling better, by the way? So
I would say I'm clear of the gastro. Have been for 2 days, but because I didn't eat or drink or sleep for 3 days, I'm still recovering. So take it easy on Dad.
And yeah, you filmed yourself vomiting.
Yeah.
and then you said just before,
Yeah.
and to correct me if I've misheard you.
No, I can re-say it if you want, because I believe it in my heart.
What I heard you say was, I always film myself vomit.
Yes. So, and I'm not saying this is normal. Like, let's just put that out there. But I'm saying that every time in the moment of me getting so sick that I need to vomit, I pull out my phone and start filming it.
Does fucked.
Anyone in the chat do this? And it's because
No.
it's whenever I've programmed myself now in the social media age, whenever something odd occurs or different or nice or anything worthy of note, I film it. And I often film myself because I'm like, oh my God, I'm vomiting. No one's going to believe me.
That's wild.
Like, people just call into sick all the time, or call in sick to work all the time and stuff, and they're faking it.
So you
I need to take a video so people know I'm actually sick.
Literally send in a video of you vomiting.
I did straight away to the boys. I was like, look how sick I am.
That is horrid.
And I sent it to my wife. I was like, look, I'm sick.
So at what point are you like running to the bathroom? Do you grab your phone, set it up?
So this was the only shame.
It wasn't
about
on a
this.
tripod.
So this was the sort of gastro where I was sitting on the couch watching TV.
Stop. You're a very descriptive person.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're just talking about watery vomit. That's all.
That's what we're talking about.
That's not descriptive.
Yuck.
It wasn't like chunky or anything.
No,
that's
this is
watery.
actually making me
So
feel a bit queasy.
I was watching
The numbers
TV.
are dropping off.
No, it's fine. I was watching TV and I wanted to run to the bathroom to vomit into it. I didn't make it. I could only make it to the sink. Like, that's how urgent it was. And so I had got most of it out before I remembered to film, which was a shame.
Remember to film.
Yeah,
It's a
which was a
wild
shame.
thing
I'm sorry to
say.
everyone listening I brought this up and it's my fault and I take all the burden. Tom, hit that sting.
What? No, Broden, you have to give me notice. What are we going to? News?
No. I've just got a few things we've got to get through before news.
Oh, you just want a random sting?
Yeah.
I haven't prepared it.
Okay, we'll just come back and we'll do a sting later.
Ah!
Play the Bombers are coming hard for the
Yeah.
people at home.
Oh, I like it already.
The people at home watching on the live stream.
Calm
need
down.
it.
You've come in with this gastro energy.
The Bombers are coming hard. They're coming very hard.
Folks, I want to talk about a thing that happened to me yesterday. So if you listened on Monday, you would have heard that Charlie Clausen and I both did our David King impersonations. We turned that into a TikTok. I put that TikTok on the internet. I tagged David King. David King saw it and he liked it. And I went, wow, David King saw it? Great. I love David King. Can I start by saying I love David King?
I think we all like David King, right?
My content, my ears, actually, I should say, 90% of what I'm hearing, if you ever is from me, is David King talking. That's all I listen to is David King talking, going, that's 50% disposal efficiency. You can't have that. That's my life. The next day, we put up a TikTok of Jared Waitley coming on, and I was like, that'll be good. And then someone who was in the background of the SEN shot is how I decipher what happened here. They were like, oh, who's this guy in the back? Knowing, as a wink to themselves. And then David King replied to it, and he wrote, I've lost the window.
So why would you not have these open?
I was trying to fill them because I lost the window. He wrote, sure does, and tagged the person in the barrier. Must be struggling for a bit of financial support, the Footy with Bro podcast. Please people, give that they may grow. Enjoy the banter, lads. Keep up the good work, at least till the money runs out. Strong arm wink face.
What does that mean?
No one knows.
What does any of that mean?
I don't know if David King knows.
When this happened, I looked at my phone and I looked at this tweet for maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Just trying to understand. Sure does. Must be struggling for a bit of financial support, the Footy with Bro podcast. Please, people, give that they may grow. Enjoy the banter, lads. Keep up the good work, at least till the money runs out.
Yeah, so Broden sent this to me and I spent 15 minutes thinking about it too. Now,
I think like it's quite obvious you just missed a few words.
What words?
Right, so here's what I came to, which I think now is wrong. But
What is he
my first
talking
thing
about?
was, I thought he was trying to say, I thought he meant to respond to the impression of him and say, don't quit your day jobs.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Broden interpreted it differently, which I think is actually right.
Sure does. Must be struggling for a bit of financial support, the Footy with Bro podcast. Please, people, give that they may grow. Enjoy the banter, lads. Keep up the good work at least till the money runs out. Keep up the good work at least till the money runs out.
Yeah, he's just like having a bit of a jab. Like he's just
What
being like-
money?
I think
That's what he's saying.
don't quit your day
That's the
jobs is
joke,
what he's saying,
that
right?
There's not money. Like no
What
one's
money did we start with that we're going to run out of?
Well, potentially we quit our
savings
day
to-
jobs
yeah, we
to
put
start a
savings into this,
podcast.
to start a silly little niche podcast.
But you
Must
had
be
an alt
struggling
theory.
for a bit of financial support.
You had
Yeah.
an alt theory that it was because we're in the SEN studios, right? So he's having a jab at we can't afford our own studios.
Yeah, because the guy's in the background, so he's like, "Yeah, geez, if anyone knows any like university,
Should we call him?
no, I don't have his number.
I have his number.
We can't ring Kingy. He's on. We can't interrupt. He's right now breaking down important stats.
Yeah.
But I laid in bed, looking at the ceiling all night, trying to like in Queen's Gambit, trying to figure out what he's talking about. What is he talking about?
Well, I think it's probably somewhere between what you deciphered and what I deciphered, which, yeah, is again, you clowns don't quit your day jobs and
Yeah.
you clowns can't afford your own studio, but you're pretty funny, ha-ha,
Must be struggling for a bit of financial support.
Yeah. Because it's not like whiz bang.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. And he's kind of just being like, this isn't a quality product like SEN. Like,
Is he
he's
mad
having
at me?
fun. I think he's trying to banter with you
So it's
badly.
interesting because I think it was shot quite nice. It was one of the better looking.
Yeah, no, it was.
No, yeah. Oh, 100%.
It was shot by a Directors Guild Award-winning film director.
Yeah, but at SEN.
Yeah,
That's what-
he
that's
edited.
the part
Have you
of it.
seen the film Oddball?
No, sorry.
Oh, it's
He
about penguins.
edited-
You'd like it.
It's
Dogs
about-
and
it's about-
penguins.
I do like penguins.
It's a dog who trains the penguins.
No, it's not a dog who
said-
trains penguins.
It is.
No, it's
Also,
not.
I heard chains penguins. I was like, well, that's
Oh,
not
no,
fucking
it's
Not a
mental.
dog who trains penguins.
Yeah, it teaches them.
There's a breed of dog called a Maremma, right? They are an Italian breed of dog that they're bred to protect chickens on farms.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do not
yeah,
eat
yeah.
the chickens.
Yeah.
They protect the chickens.
Great.
There's an island just off Warrnambool that gets to the water when it goes out to tide. You can walk across.
That's cool.
It's filled with penguins.
Cute little penguin.
However, and this is a true story that the film's based on. Foxes started to get onto the
Yeah.
and eat the penguins.
Yeah. The
so,
what?
huh?
The what? The
Penguins.
penguins?
And so what they did is they put Oddball, who was a real Maremma.
Wait, no, go. Oh, so Oddball's the dog.
Doggy.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oddball, he was owned by a guy called Swampy Marsh, who's a real guy in Warrnambool. And the doggies would go out there at night and they guard the penguins.
It sounds like the most Australian story I've ever heard.
It is.
Swampy Marsh.
Who
and
would you
Oddball.
cast as Swampy Marsh if you're making an Australian film?
Oh, God.
It's the easiest answer in the world.
You.
No. Oh, that'd be nice.
No, this is what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know actors' names well enough. I've got a face.
Eric
Who's-
Banner.
Oh, no.
Shane Jacobson.
Oh,
Kenny.
of course. Yeah.
Kenny.
Dunny. You know the.
Oh, yeah,
Dunny.
yeah.
Dunny.
Yeah.
Not Dunny.
Yeah, Dunny. That's the name of the film.
Anyway, Kingy, I'm so sorry. I love you. I don't know what you meant. I still don't know what you meant as much as these people here have tried to help me understand. I don't get it. But Kingy, I love you. Kingy. Sting, but not really. You know what I mean?
We never do stings on Thursday. I would have prepared so many stings.
I just want to mark one more thing that I think is really important to mention. WrestleMania happened on Monday. Did either of you watch it?
No.
It was the best thing that's ever happened in humanity.
Okay.
The ending was the most incredible thing that's ever happened. Have I told you about this?
No, but no, please.
I put it on TV in the office and I made our editor watch it. I made everyone in the office watch it. I made our editor stop working and watch it.
You made Sweet Jim watch it?
Yeah.
That's why he didn't finish the work I set for him on Monday.
That's
eh?
right. He was watching WrestleMania with me. So the match is going on and the bad guy is getting beaten. John Cena returns.
Yeah.
The Rock returns. The Undertaker returns. It was incredible. But my favorite moment was during a match. One of the commentators, you would know them as a very famous footballer whose name escapes. Who's the famous YouTube ESPN guy?
YouTube, ESPN, you've lost me. I'm sorry, Brody. Oh, Dave McAfee.
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey? David?
Pat McCaffrey.
Pat McCaffrey.
Pat
That was
McAfee.
close.
Pat McAfee. Anyway,
Yeah, Pat McAfee. David McAfee.
someone was getting kicked. This is what it sounds like.
Crime bottle we didn't know at the time, but he dragged Logan Paul out of the way from getting punted in the head by Randy Orton like Sam Roca used to do back in the day in here.
Sav Rocker.
So was Sav Rocker a punter?
Sav Rocker played for Collingwood in North Melbourne, and then he went and played for the Philadelphia Eagles.
As a punter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my really good friend Beck's uncle. So if you want Sav Rocker on the pod, I could organise it easy.
Gross.
Well, that segment went well. It was good. All right, now it's time for what you've all come here for. It's time for the news with Marnie Vinall.
Yes.
The secret.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah.
It's so good. I want to talk about the Finlayson slur briefly, but also because I feel like, well, a lot of people have asked me my opinion on it, and I haven't said anything about it, and you can already hear my voice cracking because this is something that I care very deeply about, and
Yes.
also I've just been on the receiving end of a lot of social media hate, especially around like Pride Round, and like that's the stuff that hurts the most. And like,
Yes.
like I was asked to take Pride Round off in the AFLW last year just because I was so upset. Mm-hmm. Because like it's just the commentary is just really fucking bad.
This week in particular it's been hard for anything else to kind of jump through this week out of this Finlayson stuff.
Which is, it's good that it's taken seriously. I will say that, because there is also like the feeling of when these things happen that they won't be taken seriously. Like I'm often surprised actually.
Yeah.
Like the amount of noise that this has created, I'm not going to say the word happy about it, but like I was worried that it wouldn't, and it would kind of just fly by. And so just like top level, so Port Adelaide's Jeremy Finlayson is the first ever AFL player to be suspended for using homophobic language. So he's been banned for 3 games for using a slur against an Essendon player, which the AFL just said is totally unacceptable. Mm-hmm. He reported it to himself, but that was after. Well, he reported it to the club during the game himself after Essendon players called it out. It was picked up on the microphone. It's not exactly like you can deny something like this.
Yeah,
that's
totally.
been picked up. So we all know that it's that it happened, but he was forthcoming in self-reporting it, and also I don't want to say like playing along, but like, you know, he did the press conference the following day. Port put out a statement. He put out his own statement. Like the ball got rolling, although it did take the AFL until Wednesday to hand down their punishment. But also, I mean, I have seen a lot of commentary around that where it's like, well, it shouldn't have taken so long. I would prefer they take it seriously, and I would prefer that they consult other people. And even the fact that has to do a Pride in Sport self-funded course means that the AFL got in touch with Pride in Sport. So they, you know what I mean?
Did the work a bit.
They did the work a bit, which I really like.
Can I ask, and for our audience, what Pride in Sport is?
Yeah, it's a course that because they do it with a lot of clubs. Like they've done it with like basketball and soccer, and they go and do education around.
It's like an organisation, a standalone organisation, Pride in Sports, right?
Yep. The 3 big reactions to this have been, it's too lenient. So a lot of people have said, being especially comparing it to Tex Walker and the racism. Mm-hmm. Second one is different rules apply to different people because we're only in round 4. And we've had 2 cases of homophobic slurs. Mm-hmm. And then the third is AFL's gone too woke, too soft, and like, great, if you're in that camp, you're a bigot. Like we don't have to touch that at all. I think that homophobia and more like queerphobia is so prevalent in society and football as a whole. Like, does it surprise me that a homophobic slur is like banging around in a Port Adelaide player's brain and it leaps out of his body in a heated moment? Like, no,
not in any way.
Not at all, because this is the culture that we tolerate, and we've tolerated for so long. And a lot of it has been like, well, Finlayson, you know, like, great, he's going to do this course. Make every football person have to do this course, genuinely, because this is like a cultural problem and a system problem. And I'm really heartened that like the Essendon players called it out straight away and everyone's taking it really seriously. But this has also fallen on the shoulders of LGBTQI plus people.
Yes.
Like, it always falls on their shoulders. The fact that like it's always like, well, what do the AFLW community think about this? Like, should we get a voice like Erin Phillips because she's a Port Adelaide person? Like, what does she think? And it's like, why is it always on the shoulders of the queer people to fix the problem that's not the queer people doing it?
Yeah.
And so that's my overarching feelings is that it is society and football that has a problem. And even just the fact that all of these people have come out and taking it so seriously and have such strong opinions when are they calling it out when their friends say that? Are they calling it out in their own social circles, in their own peers? Or is it only because it's so public and it's so easy to make a tweet taking it really seriously? Like there are some people in the footy world who have been going like questioning it whether it's long enough when homophobic things have come out of their fucking mouths.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes. Well said, Marnie.
Yeah. And I probably, that's all we have to say on that. But I did want to touch on it because it is something that I care very, very deeply about, especially when the conversation keeps coming up. Like, do we need a pride round in men's AFL? Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. Even the fact that like Finlayson's the first ever AFL player to be suspended.
Yeah, 100%.
We've tolerated it for so long. Anyway, the AFLW community are doing amazing work on this, and I'm very proud of everything that they do.
And I think our listeners should, if you see it, call it out, talk to your friends about it. You're exactly right, Marns. That's the best thing that anyone at home can do.
Yeah.
If you see it in society, if you see it in your mates, call it out. Don't tolerate it.
Don't tolerate it. Yeah. Because it is like, it's not a surprise that there's no openly queer players.
No.
Like, at all.
Of course not.
And you can have people like executives of the AFL bang on as much as you want about how like they will be accepted and welcomed and yada yada. Well,
this week has proven they will not be.
Clearly not. Yeah.
So
And it's not a safe space.
Totally understandable.
Okay. Should we?
Yeah. I support everything you've said, as does Tom, and as does the audience from what I'm saying. So yes, well said, Marnie.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it in.
And like thoughts and feelings to every single queer person who has had a hard time with this, because my heart goes out to your heart. It is horrible.
Not your burden to carry.
Not your burden to carry. Not your burden to carry. Yeah. And if you're also one of these people who are like, wonder who the player was, it's none of your business. Leave it alone. Totally. Don't question it.
Yeah.
Matilda's beat Mexico 2-0 today.
Great.
Yes.
Matilda's are going to medal at the Olympics.
Right.
They fixed a lot of their problems. They're in fine form. Caitlin Ford, she's one of the best players in the entire world, and people are finally starting to take note.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Can we watch that? Is it on KO or something?
I watch it on Templay.
No, it'll be on Templay.
Okay. Templay's free, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they do
I think
replays.
they pay up.
They don't do replays, right?
Paramount Plus is where you can watch.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And also Ireland played England, and that warms my heart a lot because I get to see Katie McCabe v the English team as my
great.
Arsenal.
Yes. Can I add, it's a good time to mention off the back of that Chids is on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
So we have a Matilda on this podcast on Saturday.
Because it's the A-League Women Finals this weekend. Chids is in an elimination final.
Amazing.
Against Mariners.
Is it?
Yep.
Against,
She is.
Oh, great.
Victory Mariners. I'm pretty sure that's correct. And also Western United is also in a elimination final.
I have to improve my A-League knowledge because I heard Mariners and all I thought was Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt played for the Mariners.
Really?
He tried it in the football one, yeah.
That's crazy.
Did you know that the riff of Seven Nation Army was created at the Corner Hotel?
I read a little bit of your article on this.
No, I saw I thought you were going to talk about the violin at the halftime.
Okay, yeah. So that's what. So this is where it's started. So the violinist, and her name is Evangeline Victoria. Perfect name for a Melbourne victory.
Mm-hmm.
So she did a rendition of Seven Nation Army before the last Saturday's A-League Men's Melbourne Derby, and that went absolutely gangbusters and like more than 1 million views. It was so spine-chilling and amazing. And it was one of those things where it's like it's pre-game entertainment that is actually focused on the atmosphere. Like it adds to the football atmosphere.
Yeah, so good.
Because people love chanting this bass line, don't they?
So, yeah. Na, 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 na.
Dun, 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 dun. That's what people do, don't they?
And so I found out that the riff for this was Jack White created it while he was doing sound check at the Corner Hotel for his Australian tour.
Yeah.
Yes. So 700 metres away from where this derby was played was where that riff was
This
created.
podcast has performed at the Corner Hotel.
Yes.
4 times.
Yeah.
Do you know Billie Eilish? Is it called Bad Guy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm the bad
Is the traffic light? Did you know that?
Sydney traffic, yeah.
Yeah.
The walking. Anyway, so I thought that's a really fun fact.
Yeah, fuck
And
yeah.
it was, and my piece on it was the third most read thing at The Age today.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well done.
You
Pokes
do
from
more-
our
Pogs for Marnie and her and the White Stripes. That's sick.
Because I Pickett will miss Melbourne's Thursday game. You know about this?
Pickers, yeah, he's been given a 1 week suspension.
1 week.
For a bump, yep.
But in comes Colston Thustrup.
Great name.
Colston Thustrup.
I'm glad that you said it.
Colton Thustrup.
Can I ask a question about Colton?
Yes.
Was he not the one that we were super hyped about in the preseason, Broden? Like more so even than Windsor and everybody? Or am I misremembering?
I was hyped on a few.
Yeah, right. Broden gets excited about his own teams, believe it or not.
But to be fair, Caleb Windsor.
Yeah. Amazing.
He's good. He's good.
He's not
great
bad.
user of the ball.
He's good at football. Yes, but no, Pickett's out again. That's 3 suspensions in 18 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, all for head-high bumps?
No.
No, 2 of them?
2 of them, yes.
Yeah. The majority.
Sam Walsh is coming back as long as he gets
Yeah.
through training unscathed.
Fuck
We'll
Carlton?
have, yep. So that's very
Do they
exciting.
need him though?
Yes, they do, because Carlton cannot score from stoppages. They can score from turnover really well, but they cannot they cannot score from stoppages. They're like 4th worst or whatever. So they need him. They really do actually need him.
Yeah.
But is there a concern that if he was to play that Carlton would be better?
Oh,
And
right.
so maybe let's explore maybe him not playing.
Yeah, I get you.
There's yes. When are they playing? We'll figure it out.
We'll
later.
figure it out.
Figured it out.
And Pendlebury has a fractured rib.
Really? How long's that, Marns? Is that like a Stephen May he can play or
He'll
no?
he'll definitely miss a match just like Stephen May,
Yeah.
and then it will be
Up to pain threshold?
and wait and see.
Is this a Stephen May he can play?
Yes, it's a Stephen May. He can play. Which is it's annoying for the people that like the record watchers and stuff, because it's like he's very close to breaking like most games.
Yeah, and the 30,000
Yeah.
disposals or something, right? Yeah.
And he has a basketball background.
Does
Thank
he?
God.
They never mention that.
Well, it's important to mention.
Would you be interested to know that frustrated goal umpires have met with the football operations boss, Josh Marnie, who should remember my name but never does. Every time I meet him, he's like, oh, I should remember your name. Never does.
Does he know your fancy name?
Oh, maybe I should introduce myself as
Marnie.
Marnie.
Yeah.
Josh Marnie lived through some traumatic Melbourne times. He's in the coaching box when you look at the record loss in Cardinia Park. He's in the box as a coach. And then he was our CEO he was our general manager through a very rough time. And then he left as we were getting good to go to the Bombers, to go to Essendon, and was there for all the really bad Essendon times. And now he's at the AFL, and he's across the goal review stuff.
He's across the goal review stuff. Yes, so he met with frustrated goal umpires because the league has informed umpires, like they've been given a directive to review any time the ball travels close to the goalpost or there's any doubt about the goal crossing the line. So basically we don't want Adelaide's missing finals because, So they've been given that directive and they're frustrated because for the opening, there's been 4 rounds, there's been a growing perception that they've lost confidence in their own decision-making skills.
Yeah, and I think fueled even by commentators. I think if the AFL puts this stuff out, they should tell the commentators, because the commentators were popping off on the weekend saying, why are we goal reviewing everything? It's clear. Why are you reviewing it? It's like, AFL, why don't you let the commentators know, mate? So
that's exactly it. That is exactly the problem. Yes. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Footy. Oh yeah, I feel bad for him. I can't get past this crypto thing.
Okay.
I know it's
talk about the
it's
crypto thing.
fake.
Is it fake?
I know it's fake. It's not real.
I mean,
But they're getting heaps of good sponsorship.
There's the evidence that's, what do you call it when the evidence is like, it could be circumstantial, but it's there?
Conspiracy.
Yeah. Like there's circumstantial evidence there that somehow there's a new sponsor and then there's more goal reviews.
Does crypto still exist?
Oh yeah, crypto's booming right now.
But crypto.com, didn't it fall apart or something? Have I just made that up?
No, a couple went under. Like I think, did Binance go under potentially? But no, I think CoinSpot and Crypto.com are going strong, I think. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, well, no, they get a lot of coverage.
Yeah, the AFL should milk them for everything they've got.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Any other news? That's heaps.
Yeah, that's heaps. I just this is not news, but my hopes and dreams.
Yeah. Oh, yes, please.
which is I really liked what you were saying with Will and Charlie about how like gather round works because it's so unbelievably Adelaide. And I
Yes.
just want to please appeal to the AFL to please do a gather round in the AFLW, but do it in Sydney because it is perfect for Henson
Yeah,
Park.
it's
It is
vibe.
perfect for the SAG. Even like when I tweeted it, there were all of these people that came back with like their own ideas of how it could work in Sydney, and I think it's tailored to it.
Can I shout out Polly?
Oh my God, Polly's amazing.
There's a prominent Sydney Swans fan
Yeah.
up there
Yeah.
who I associate with Sydney and
Oh, me
football.
too. Even she made like Sydney Swans friendship bracelets, and she got them on like Tom Harley. Like Tom Harley was wearing one.
There you go. That's what you want.
That is what you want.
No, Sydney for AFLW is a really good idea because when they do play in that Marrickville area, whenever I've been in Marrickville in that period, it feels like a red hot vibe and different to the men's in a very big way, and that's a really cool idea. Do you think enough people would go to 9 games?
Yeah, I reckon if you did it properly, absolutely. And also because the games are shorter.
Yeah.
And this would be ridiculous and would never happen. But we just go to Splendor. Why don't we, which is obviously horrible and terrible, but why don't we just do like a 5-day camping at Henson Park and we can just have a rolling AFLW game?
I mean, there's accommodation and stuff there, Marns. You can get some hotel rooms and stuff. We don't have to camp.
It would be so fun. Imagine just like absolutely cooked. No, just kidding. I would never.
Great. Yes. No. Very good call.
Okay, I think that's me done.
Can I add some news? This is important news.
Sure.
I was wrong about grilled. Now, I don't think I've ever talked on this podcast about how much I hate grilled. I think
Oh,
grilled,
you have.
I think it's base. I think it's mid.
Yeah.
And I think they have a nice herb mayo and the burgers are okay, but it is incredibly overpriced.
I don't care for grilled. I've had 2 back-to-back instances of having grilled now where I have
Why?
not only... Well, it was on a catering thing that
Okay.
I was catered to me once.
It's completely different. But
So
sure.
I ordered off a menu and they're like, "Oh, we're getting grilled." And I went, "All right, it's a shame, but I'll have it."
Oh, that's awesome. That's fucking sick.
And then I was like, "Okay, well, I had a very good experience here. I'm gonna try again to affirm things." I came back and I had grilled again today, and I'm blown away.
Well, what did you have?
I had the
Give us the details.
I had the HFC,
What's a HFC?
healthy fried chicken
Oh,
with cheese. You can
that
add
does
cheese.
sound like you.
And it actually blew my mind. And
How-
I've been wrong about grilled.
How is fried chicken healthy? What do they do?
I didn't read into it.
Okay.
I didn't do my.
Because I don't think adding cheese to it. That's the case. Yeah.
Can I call you out, Broden? Because it sounds like you're taking responsibility for your actions, but you're not apologizing. That's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds
Like,
that's
you
true.
know, I
That's
was wrong.
true.
How about I'm
Actually-
sorry I lied about grilled for 4 years?
Yeah. And like when I was a little baby first coming onto this pod, I actually really like grilled. And I remember almost straight away, it was you shit talking grilled. And I'd be like, well, I guess I'm not going to talk
No,
about
I think you should
they're not
apologize
perfect.
to grilled.
I would wipe any of their beef department.
No. The Mighty Melbourne is passable. And did you have any of-
Possible is not a compliment.
Yeah, well, no, it's pretty good. What about the rosemary and sea salt
Okay,
chips
so
with the herb mayo?
The chips are a revelation.
What about the
No,
zucchini
Broden,
chips?
because that's what I fought for from day one. This is massive Malak energy from you.
No, I
Take
don't
some
think it is.
ownership over your
Yeah, apologise for being wrong for 2 years and say the chips are wicked.
The chips are good.
I had the chips very high on my list and I got stoned to death from you,
They
mate.
were cold. They were cold.
What do you mean they were cold?
The chips were cold.
That's your fault for
Yeah,
getting
that's your
catered. You
fault.
should have gone
No,
in.
I had chips today from Grilled High Point.
And they were delicious.
They
weren't
were cold.
Yeah, they were nice.
But I'll tell you what is wrong is they gave me these little bottle tops.
Oh, yeah. And you get to
Oh,
choose.
yeah, you
Yeah.
get to
You have
choose
to choose a charity.
Yeah, they've been always
what
yeah,
crock shit
yeah.
that is. But the three charities to give to, right?
Yeah. It's usually a
First
local
one,
thing.
get
Yeah.
this is bullshit.
Okay.
The first charity was a music theatre company.
Well, I mean, they need
The second one was another independent theatre company. And then the
was that
third
old
one
too.
was another theatre company.
Really? What? Where was this at High Point?
Yeah.
What sort of theatre companies are operating at a High Point? Because I thought it was supposed to be like a local thing.
It's the area.
Do you think that they're the only ones bothering to go in for the grilled
Yeah, probably.
That's a good
sponsorships
idea.
now? Yeah, we should do it for this
Which one
podcast.
did you choose? Yeah, we should. Can we put in an application?
That's a great idea. Because and we can show Kingy's tweet and be like, see, even Kingy says we, need
make
money.
no
We
money.
need financial help.
Yeah, he
He's
says it.
approved.
He said, "Geez, boys, you gotta." Yeah. All right. Okay, I just needed to point that out. Also, my partner Annie and her comedic partner Lena's show opened last night. If you want to go to the comedy festival, see Annie and Lena, but it's almost sold out.
Is it called Annie and Lena?
It's like, called Annie and Lena
write a talk show.
Have
a talk show. Write a talk show. Do a talk show.
Jesus.
No,
Annie
it's
and
have
Lena
a talk show.
have a talk show.
Have a talk show.
And it's at the comedy festival, and that went very well last night.
Is it at Molehouse?
It is at Malthouse.
I love Molehouse.
Not as much ice cream or milkshakes as I was hoping.
Oh, I'm sorry, but they do have really nice wine. I think
Yeah,
it's like
but-
bougie. It's like a bougie little theater, isn't it? It's like a red wine drinking theater.
It's an art house theatre.
yeah,
Was
you'd
that
have
a
like
malt
noir
joke?
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I decided to
No, I
skim
just
over it.
I needed to know.
She's Marnie, so
Skim
she
milk?
started talking about Sauv
Is
Blancs.
that good?
It's very good.
Thanks.
All right, great. Tom, hit that sting. It's for tipping.
Tipping.
Hit that sting. It's for tipping.
Tipping. Tipping.
It's a fucking long sting.
Yeah, I mean, it's long when you sit into it, but it's nice in the episode, I think.
And it's for people watching along, you get to see cool basketball tricks. The first game that is taking place, in fact, tonight, folks, is between a grand finalist and an underperforming final team. One goes by the name the Brisbane Lions,
Yeah.
and the other goes by the name the Melbourne Football Club.
Okay, David.
I go by the football club. Why? Tell me about it, guys.
I think Brisbane looked better last week, right? But I think this is Melbourne's game to lose, right? Is what I would say.
I would agree with that. And also, I think it's going to get a bit tiresome talking about the good old MCG hoodoo, but the Lions have only won 3 of their past 28 matches at the venue, but 2 of them were against Melbourne.
Yeah. You know what? For this podcast and for this season, I would love a Brisbane win. I feel like that would
Same.
throw
I think we
some
need it.
tasty
Me
spanners.
too. Yeah.
Some real tasty spanners into the pod. It'll be really good. So I'm rooting for Brisbane. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm tipping Melbourne, but rooting for Brisbane.
This is not the first time I'll mention this, but Daniel Hoyne says from Champion Data says, listen to it on SEN Sports Day because he's incredible. Daniel Hoyne says this game's going to be closer than people think because they are close. Brisbane aren't as bad as they're playing. And Melbourne, do you know at the moment, like last year we were like number 1 defense and number 1 ball movement, and we're sitting at like 10 or 11 on both.
Right. Do you think that's tactical or?
Do you know what? He said it as a positive.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Please.
Yeah.
Because last year all we were was structure. So we were ball movement and defense. And he's saying this year we're number 1 for goals kicked at the highest difficulty. So no one's kicking goals better than us. And all the areas we're winning because all these things that were deficiencies for us are now strengths. So if we get the 2 things that we were good at last year back to a good level, then league fucked.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So I think we need some form of musical sting or something for when Brody rehashes what Hoyne said yesterday. That's what I think we need.
Yeah.
on this
But then
Thursday
the
pod.
episode will go for 9 hours.
Yeah. But we could just do like a quick, what did Hoyne say yesterday, Brody? And then you just smack it out.
This is echoing Hoyne things. 'cause
Exactly, which I'm guilty of that. I think I did this before you. I used to come in and be like, well,
And I've
go
already
to
talked
Champion Data.
There's 2 people I listen to. It's Kingy and Hoyne.
Hoyne, with
And
Champion Datas.
Kingy's going to bash me. So I can't.
Unless you get some financial support.
Can I, if people are looking for like a roughie, like, oh, who's my one that is a risky one I'll tip. If it's raining tomorrow before the game starts and you can change your tip Brisbane. Because if it rains, we are bad.
Oh, surely it will rain. It's been very rainy this week.
know.
They are predicting showers in the morning.
Ooh.
What do you think? What goal advantage is rain when you're playing Melbourne? Like a 2-goal advantage?
You win the game.
Because I
Advantage.
just don't think even if it's a 4-goal advantage, it'll be enough to get over Melbourne, to be honest. Like,
People are asking in the chat if I'm going. I'll be going, but apparently there's replacement buses for the train, so I might duck out depending on what the score is. I'll have to see.
Totally.
And then I'll be on front bar next week, and they'll bully me. So you're going D's?
Yep.
I'm going D's.
We're going to go D's, but
Yeah.
Brisbane, you people brave enough should.
Yeah.
Friday night, Marvel Stadium, Western Bulldogs, Essendon. It's Marnie's birthday, Friday the 12th of April. And you're 40?
42.
42.
Happy birthday.
Actually, how old are
to
you? You're gonna say, do you want to say how old you're?
Yeah,
Happy
29.
birthday.
I can do the whole Schmidt like 29. Exactly. I'm not going to do the impression because
I don't know what that is.
Are you off New Girl? It's Schmidt being like,
Marnie, Tom hasn't watched New Girl.
"Huh?
Tom hasn't watched the Zoe Deschanel vehicle New Girl.
To be fair, I haven't watched a lot of things.
Tell him your favorite sitcom.
I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, that's great.
And what do you like when he goes? You like when Andy Samberg goes?
What do I like? I like a lot of different things.
No, you like when Andy Samberg says a certain thing.
I like it when he does something specific.
He goes,
what do I like? Oh yeah, he goes cool. And I started doing my own version of it, which is when I go to Broden says something outrageous and I go, shush.
He likes his Brooklyn
very good.
Nine-Nine.
Yeah, it is good.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a fantastic show.
Yeah, it's really good.
Alrighty, Roo. Well, I mean, Western Bulldogs have to be favourites for this, right?
Yes, but they're flaky AF.
They are, unlike Essendon, which is super
which is
consistent.
just super consistently
Wow.
awful IMO.
Daniel Hoynes said that you've not improved in defensive capability. You're in the bottom 4 with Essendon, West Coast North, and Richmond.
Yep, that sounds accurate. That sounds unbelievably accurate.
And it's not to do with Mackay being there.
It's to do with the lack of Ridley, surely. That's what I was going to posit.
I don't know why.
Well, Ridley's like the most important player on.
Well, is it that we
Dom's
don't even
always
get
said
the?
that.
No, never mind.
I was on the plane with these boys, and they were all lovely boys.
I know. I'm glad that you had that really lovely experience.
And I said to them, just believe in yourself. And they were like, thank you, Broden. And then they went out and lost by
69 points.
69 points. Maybe they believed in themselves too much.
2 cents from me. I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Zerk Thatcher was a bigger loss than I think people realise.
Yes.
Mackay is great, but it's a one-on-one defender, and Ridley is the most important piece to that backline structure. So, but Ridley's just re-injured. Is that right, Marns?
Re-injured? I don't know about this.
I don't know if it was a re-injury or it's suddenly another 6 weeks has been added on, but I don't think Ridley's coming back for ages now, is my understanding. Maybe people in the chat can tell me.
It won't be back until mid-season.
Yeah, when originally it was supposed to be 6 weeks, so back any time now. So, which is very sad for the Dons.
That is. Oh, sorry. Port just walked through. They just walked the ball through them.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, Port are really good, but my God.
So Daniel Hoynes said, Port.
Put the tune on.
Port are very, very good. I think one of their players, I've got the rankings up here, one of their Port players is in the highest rated players in the league.
Is it Rosie?
Yeah, Butters, right?
Dan Houston is, obviously.
Really?
He was 7 last year. Willem Drew, do you know Willem Drew?
I don't, but this will be like as a general defender or a general forward or something.
I think
right?
he's a tagging mid.
Ah.
Willem Drew is the 7th ranked player in the AFL right now.
I can't even imagine. Is that per position? You know how sometimes they do like as a general forward, as a small forward?
No, champion. It's handed the top 10 place in the competition with enough data after round 4 to make a list in the other. So he's just across the league.
That's so interesting because usually it correlates with Supercoach, and I'd know if he was killing it in the Supercoach. I'm telling you, he's not. So that's just interesting. I'll have to look more into that offline.
Drew is probably at the moment the most rounded player in the competition. His ball use is 12th in the competition. His ability to impact the game through his ball winning ability is 33rd, and then his defensive actions are top 10 as well.
Yeah, wow. That's so cool.
Willem Drew. So
Willem Drew.
they are low, like they're primed.
Yeah.
But did you see that they came out, Caro leaked that they their assistant coach is going to be the coach at the end of next year?
No, yes, I did see that, but aren't they been quite upfront with like, yes, Josh Carr should be the next coach?
Well, Ken Hinkley doesn't know about it if they're upfront about it.
No, Ken Hinkley said in the press conference,
He said it'll be nice, but it's not official.
No, right, yeah, but he was like, he should be the next coach, right?
But no, he was like, that's the vibe, but it's apparently like on.
Yeah, that's what Koshi said, right?
He'd never said it, I don't think, publicly.
Right, because I thought they both said like, yes, like we stopped him going for that job last year. He should be the next coach, but there's no like official
there's no like handover
path or handover agreed to or whatever. But the idea is that yes, Josh Carr will be the next coach of Port Adelaide. Is it Josh Carr or did I just make that up?
Carr feels right, better than Bike.
Yeah,
for me, because you can go further and faster.
Not as good as a plane.
That was one of those names.
Josh Plane, I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, that was one of those names I just said with confidence. Have no idea if it was even
very believable,
accurate.
And because he said it not just with confidence, but with like a lot of passion.
Yeah, because I got excited about it when I saw it because I was like, I feel like what people do wrong is they deny this stuff. Whereas they were just like, yes, we're doing this.
People think that Ken Hinkley's aware, but I don't know if it's official. Like they're like, there'll be nice for him to replace me, but I don't think it's like, hey, if you underperform, he's straight in.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. And no timeline either. But everyone's stoked for him. Everyone hopes that he'll be the Port Adelaide coach at some point in the future.
I'm tipping Dogs. And happy birthday, Marn.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I thought something that I thought was really interesting, Western Bulldogs, is like there's been some like noise and dialogue around Aaron Naughton because he's only got 4 goals in 4 games. But is that also because like they're comparing him to players like Charlie Curnow, but it's like but Curnow and Harry Mackay, Carlton's only forward line. Like the Doggies have like such a big spread, and also isn't one of the biggest roles of Naughton to genuinely draw out their best defenders so that players like Ugelhagen and Cody Waitman can get it?
Yeah, 100%.
My heart goes out to Bulldogs fans because, as I said to Will on Sunday, that they're so frustrating to watch because Aaron Naughton can be the best full forward in the league and then just disappear for a while. And that's the case with about 15 of them. It's impossible.
Yeah, as an Essendon supporter, I don't know what you mean.
I just think
you know what you're going to get with a lot.
I just think the thing is like with Naughton, right? I think I saw a tweet that said basically that I think he's been, as far as goals kicked, he's done like 47, 50, 47 the last 3 years. He's like the 4th for most kick goals in that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. People go through purple patches, right? But I think he'll be fine. He'll kick 50 goals this year. Like he's been consistent in that. So
more importantly, I think that Cody Waitman evolves into Aaron Naughton as a Pokemon.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
correct,
I don't see that, sorry. It's not clear in my brain because Cody Waitman's so small and Naughton's so tall.
Let me allow me.
Is it just the hair? Okay,
allow
please.
Cody Waitman's small, so he's the first Pokemon.
Yep.
He's your Pikachu.
So he's Charmander,
Bulbasaur. Naughton tall, so he's your second. He evolves to the second.
Into there, yeah.
Purely, it's based on nothing else apart from he's taller and also blonde.
You know who could be the 3rd evolution?
Yeah.
Tim English.
Oh,
you lose
lovely.
the hair and you go even taller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm sticking with that.
I think that's what it is.
Good.
I think that's what it is. I think that's the Bulldogs Pokemon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's not a mullet. It frustrates me, but I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
And he should, if Tim English was the 3rd evolution, he should have like cannons coming out of his shoulders.
Bailey Smith could be the Charmeleon as well. Waitman into Bailey Smith into Aaron Naughton.
Yeah. That's actually, I do
Are we
prefer
just going
that.
on height and not skill?
Yeah, it's entirely on height.
It's entirely on height and colour of the hair. And then, like, you know what? And then Tim English is the mega evolution.
Can we do this for every club?
Yeah. Who would the Essendon ones be? You need like a small player who then evolves into a.
Yeah,
you have a lot of.
Ben Hobbs? Oh.
Who's the guy who's the forward who does pretty well for you guys? And it's not.
I'm talking about Archie Perkins.
Cole Langford.
Oh, I love Langford. He's not the smallest.
I just feel like there's a lot of people who look like Cole Langford in that team. Do you know what I mean? So you could build out this guy with a short back and sides haircut. That you build from there.
Do you think that Heppel could evolve into Draper? Because they both have longish hair.
That's fun, but Heppel now.
No, because one's blonde and one's brunette.
That's true, Marnie. I'm drawing at straws here.
2 meter Peter, you could evolve into 2 meter Peter.
There's no other gingers.
No, you know who the middle evolution is for 2 meter Peter? Is Stringer.
Oh, yeah.
So who evolves into Stringer, who evolves into 2 meter Peter? That's what I want to know.
How does Stringer evolve into 2 meter Peter? They look
both bald.
Oh, my God. No.
Not bald.
Aren't they? They've both got shaven heads. I shouldn't say bald.
It's ginger.
Are they? I thought they'd
Yes.
both shaven their heads. I'm so sorry.
We might have shaved his head, but it's like peeking through.
Yeah, fair enough.
But they all shave their head, like Nick Cox.
So Nick Cox
Jake Kelly.
evolves into Stringer, who evolves into 2 meter Peter. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm disagreeing 100% with everything.
I think that's what you're saying, Marnie.
I'm picking up nothing that you're putting down.
I think the fact that we can't make a clear Pokemon at Essendon is a sign that there's still work to do.
Yeah, there's so much work to do.
What
guys.
is their DNA?
So much incubation needing to go on.
100%.
And incubus to perform for them.
Yeah,
would be
exactly.
Great.
I love incubus.
But yeah, I don't see Bont, Libba, or Chalor being able to. The other way, I don't see Essendon midfield being able to have any answers for that.
They'll bounce back, Doggies, I think. The next game, GWS, the best team in the league at the moment, taking on St Kilda. 6% of people are tipping St Kilda, which is really disrespectful, I think.
I think that's accurate.
Pardon?
That only 6% of people are tipping St Kilda.
Yeah. You think it's fair?
Well, GWS have, in all of their, so they're undefeated, and in every one of their 4 games, they've scored more than 100 points, where St Kilda had 1 goal at halftime last week.
Oof. Yeah, I heard an interesting coaching struck. Rossline's been very open with the way he's coaching. He was like, yeah, we were stuffing this up, so we did this and fixed it.
Yeah.
Very upfront.
I think my simple maths, Broden, would be Saints lost to Essendon, which are the worst team in the league, so they'll get absolutely destroyed by GWS. Isn't that good maths?
Essendon are not the worst team in the league.
Oh, up there.
No, there's 2 historically bad teams. Bombers aren't that bad.
I'm just being inflammatory for fun, guys. Let me be clear about that. But yeah, I do think GWS should be huge favourites for this. Like Saints have been super flaky and let 2 possible wins slip, I would say, against Geelong and against Essendon.
It's at Canberra.
Yeah, so even more advantage. It'll be wet and slippery there, perhaps.
Shout out to that person on Twitter who keeps anytime anyone mentions a 20th team, they go and fly the flag for Canberra.
Every time.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to have hopes.
Everyone's going Giants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saturday, 4:35, late one. What am I going to do all Saturday? Carlton take on Adelaide at Marvel Stadium.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
Poor old Adelaide.
I'm not over. I know you've already talked about it because it feels like 3 weeks ago that it happened. But I was so smug when Fremantle were 9 points up with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, totally,
I was the only person at the whole of the age who tipped Freo.
Yeah, I was with you.
Oh.
Yep.
And then I had literally, like, when I went into work on Monday morning, by like 8:50 a.m., I had like 4 people be like, up the baggers. Shut up.
Of course. I think that the AFL has a big overcorrection thing happening that's been happening a lot. I think the baggers have been on the receiving end of a few great calls, and I worry that it's now going to cost them some games. Genuinely.
Ooh,
that is my worry because
that's interesting, yeah.
That is something, don't you think that's happened with Guinea now? Like it's happened with a bunch of stuff where the AFL comes out and overcorrects. So I think the umpires will have been told, you stuffed up the end of last game except for the dissent, obviously. Yeah. And then, there'll be some overcorrections happening to Carlton for the next 5 weeks, I reckon.
But interesting with this match is that it was this time last year that things started to go really bad for Carlton, and it was Adelaide that did it to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was this time last year that the Blues had won 3 and drawn 1 match, but then the Crows beat them, and that was the first of 8 defeats in 9 matches.
And was that at Adelaide or do you know?
I don't know where it was. Okay. I don't know.
Because if it was at Marvel, then watch out.
And so obviously Adelaide are winless and not doing very well at all. And Walsh comes back to help with the Blues midfield. But it would be interesting if it was happening again.
If somehow they lost,
I'm tipping Carlton though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, same.
Yeah, me
Please.
too.
Let me pivot to the next game and quote my friend Daniel Hoyne.
David Hoyne.
Friend's
great friend David.
David Hoyne is the amalgam of my 2 favourite people,
Hoyne and
Kingy and Hoyne. So speaking of those 2, they made a metric about 4 years ago that was they got all the 4 key pillars to winning a flag, or like that are the most important metrics in football, and put them together. The main one being like defensive rating is a huge part of it. Mm-hmm. So last year Melbourne won it, but shit the bed in the finals. The year before, by their metric, Geelong won it. The year before, Melbourne won it by that metric. So it's a very good metric. It's the defensive. How strongly do you defend, and how much can you hurt them on the other side? Mm-hmm. That's their stat that they've built. Do you know who's number 1 at the moment in the AFL?
Adelaide.
The Gold Coast Suns, surely. Otherwise, he wouldn't have mentioned it.
Correct.
Is it Hawthorn?
It is the Gold Coast Suns.
The Gold Coast Suns.
They currently have a premiership models in stat-wise.
Yeah.
That doesn't even surprise me at all. I love that.
They're all 16 years old.
Yeah. Can I tell you?
It's so exciting, Tom.
Can I tell you one fun little story, right? I had a unique experience this week because I think I was on the side of our listeners this week because as I was editing the podcast, I'd never heard it before. This is the first time I listened to the Footy with Broden Kelly without having been there for it, right? And the whole time through, I very much enjoyed it. I listened through. There was only one part in the entire podcast that I arced up at home, and I wished I was there so I could be like, no, which I know our fans and listeners always say that's them driving to work or whatever.
Go on.
And it was Charlie's not on the Suns yet, right? He doesn't see it. And the one thing he said that I just thought I wanted to correct was you said, but Charlie, he's got all the draft picks. And Charlie said, yeah, but they've had all the draft picks before.
Wrong.
The difference now is the academy. The difference is that they're home kids. It's the difference that our 2 previous captains, Stephen May and Tom Lynch, both left the club as captains and requested leaves. It's the fact that our young kids and our young draft picks now are homegrown Gold Coast players. That's the difference between back then and now. But Will also went on and said the coach, and you guys talked about Dimmer and stuff. But I think
did I defend him?
No, you went in and said, but the difference is Dimmer.
I threw haymakers in here. You didn't see it.
About Dimmer, but I think the difference is actually where those draft picks are coming from.
But what about Dimmer changing the defensive model of this team in 4 games and getting them to number 1 in the league?
Well, and I mean, like, what's interesting about that is like, how much, like 9 changes, and bringing in Mac and how good he played and giving Closey his first game, who I didn't realize was also an academy kid until last week. Like,
they're going to do horrible things to Hawthorn this weekend.
Well, we can hope. This is
the People First Stadium.
Yeah, this is the sort of game that Gold Coast are historically known to drop. Like, not awfully or embarrassingly, but just lose, because Hawthorn can fucking bring it sometimes. So I really hope they don't.
Who are you tipping?
Yeah, Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just remembered the Hawthorn from last week.
Yes.
When I was listening to it, you were watching it live, but you weren't getting like passionate about it. Like I was when I was watching that game, they got within like 4 points or whatever.
Yeah.
I
It
don't.
was so exciting, and you were like, Hawthorn, they've got back to within 5 points against Collingwood.
Yeah, I don't feel anything for Collingwood. I don't know what you're.
They almost lost to Hawthorn after being up by like 38 points.
Yeah, I was loving it at home.
I was loving it. It was
Yeah.
so exciting.
I was being professional.
And focusing on podcasting.
Yeah, I was. I was like, because I was in charge of everything.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a strength of yours. So chookers for bro, or snaps for bro.
Yeah, if Hawthorn had beat Collingwood, I would have lost the plot.
It
Yeah.
got so close. I would almost so close.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Almost
Hawthorn aren't as bad as they are playing at the moment, but Hoyne had some damning things to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I like that Nuke was back on the weekend. He was back to his best that I expect from Nuke. So
If Sunnies win this, they'll go 3-2.
3. No, I think we've only lost 1, haven't we?
No, you've lost.
Oh yeah, because we lost this
You're
weekend. We
2-2,
lost
yeah.
GWS. Yeah.
So you'll go 3-2. Yeah, that's perfect, I think. And they've been against good teams you've lost to.
Yeah, totally.
Hawthorn, though, stick in there. I do like their...
I love the Hardwick to the forward line.
Yeah, that was
Oh my
crazy. 3
goodness.
goals out of nowhere.
Yeah, because also
immediately.
we put in like we were saying should they put Sicily in the forward line? Like, do they have to do something?
Something, yeah.
And no, obviously, Sam Mitchell knows a lot more about football than we
And wasn't
do.
that Hardwick's first goal as well, and then just slotted 3 in a row?
Yeah, so he'd never scored more than 3 goals in a season, and he got 4 goals in 1 game.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's so,
Insane.
like if I was a Hawthorn supporter, I am loving that. I mean, I probably would have turned off in halftime.
This
Yeah.
is a very easy round to tip.
Well, yeah, but you say
These are
that,
the
and then
rounds.
everyone
Yeah.
will get everything
These are the
wrong.
rounds.
These are the rounds.
I wonder though, Marns, if like this is what happens when, sometimes when teams do mix it up and then, that we send Darcy Moore forward or whatever, where it does put unnecessary pressure on it and then teams work it out. And I wonder if Hardwick will now struggle for a bit if he has to play forward for a while now. Hopefully not. I hope he excels.
I hope he likes it too. I hope he's like, we was playing in defence. I don't want to be in the forward line.
Saturday night, Port v Fremantle.
This
in
is game around to me.
Adelaide Oval, and this is the risque one. So Freo stayed in Adelaide.
Right?
Yeah, which I said 3 weeks ago on this podcast.
They
and
were
was
going to
laughed at.
stay on free. No, you were like, I don't know, I can't confirm this. I don't know.
It's because I thought it was a week earlier, that's all. But, I did call it first, right?
Yeah, no, there's only 10% tipping Freo at the moment, which I think is kind of wrong. You would almost tip Freo to get ahead, but Port are stellar. They are stellar.
I think Port are definitely one of the teams to beat right now. Can I just talk about one player really quickly?
Yes.
I was super unaware of this, and I found out this week and I was really confused. Sharp, who plays for Fremantle, Jeremy Sharp, I think. Jeremy Sharp? I think it's Jeremy Sharp. He played at Gold Coast and was like a superstar for Gold Coast. And I loved Sharp, right? I thought he was so good. And then he didn't get a game last year, right? After being quite a high draft pick, and then got delisted and then got picked up by Freo and has been played fucking excellently. And the only reason I worked this out is because I was like, Jeremy Sharp should be getting the Rising Star nomination this week because I thought he was a rookie. Looked at it, I was like, oh no, he played for Gold Coast. What the fuck? It's that same Sharp. Like I had forgotten about him. And I really hope that he's fucking awesome because I loved him when he played and I don't know why he couldn't get a game last year.
I do
And
love when that happens.
He had like 30 disposals and a goal last weekend. Like fucking, how good's that? Good on you, Sharp. I hope his first name's Jeremy.
Is everyone going Port? Or are you going to go, you're going to risk your life on Freo again?
No, I'll go Port also because in the 6 times Power and Dockers have played Adelaide over, power of one.
There you go.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
The next game, Geelong North. Someone in the comments has suggested Geelong Pokemon, Ollie Dempsey to Zach Guthrie to Sam de Koning.
Yeah.
Yes, the Geelong one just writes itself, doesn't it? They're all exactly the same.
They are. Damn you. And they're playing North and they're going to beat them at GMHBA Stadium, Cardinia Park. My only hope is that it doesn't get ugly.
Yeah.
Because they did that to my team once and it really hurt.
Yeah.
What was it? 300 points, wasn't it?
No, it was up there. It was a lot. It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
So don't do that, Geelong. Geelong, tell you what, who have they played? So they've played.
He's asking a question. He's not saying anything. He's asking a question.
They've played Adelaide.
Yep.
They've played the Bulldogs, and won by 5 points.
Played Saints at GMHBA.
They played Saints at Cardinia.
Should have lost it.
Did they play? Who else did they play? Who else?
Bulldogs.
And they said that they played someone else as well.
This is why I needed my laptop here. I have multiple windows. Do you want me to go through it from round one?
Please.
Okay. So round 0, they had a bye, Broden.
Easy.
Round 1, they beat
St Kilda.
St Kilda at GMHBA. Round 2, they beat Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. That was the Thursday night. Yeah.
Pumped them.
And then the next week, they beat Hawthorn on the Monday.
Yeah.
By 30.
Oh, yeah, just.
Yeah. And then this weekend gone by, they beat the Dogs.
Dogs by 5 points.
Yeah.
And then they've got North.
Yeah.
The other, on the flip side of that, Kangas have had a really tough fixture.
Yeah.
There was like all prelim finalists and now Geelong.
Surely the easy run comes, right?
No, but they're bad. They're really, really, really bad.
How bad?
Hoyne said that their defense is the worst ranked defense in 7 years of metrics or something like that. Like,
who called that, Broden? Who said that
Daniel
would be
Hoyne.
the one issue? Who said that in the preseason in our ladder predictor? Who said that would be their one potential issue?
He said the lack of Mackay is not the issue. It's more the whole team.
Yeah, it's the lack of any defenders at all. They
list.
are so young, so lacking defenders. That was my one worry for them this year, that they'd be better forward, better in the mid, but just so much worse in defence. That's on record that I said that.
Damning shit. It's on record. So then they've got Brisbane next week, and then they've got Carlton Geelong. So they could as it stands, Brisbane fucking beat us this week. Watch but they'll the round fucking 7 is they play Carlton, and then we get a proper read on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what a start to a season.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I mean, it's unreal.
And then, so what you want to say? Speak true, Tom.
No, I was just going to say, it's easy how, the cookie crumbles, right? And the dice rolls. It could have rolled the other way, and Saints could have been a bit better this year, smashed them. Adelaide could have smashed them. So in hindsight, it's what an easy draw. But it's well, no, if the cookie had crumbled a different way, Broden, or the dice had fallen.
Like it was a different team.
Yeah, or it had rollen elsewhere, it might have been quite a difficult draw.
Yes. Speaking of, I don't
Which you could say about anything.
really know the final game of the week. 8 games this week. West Coast v Richmond. I'm going to go Richmond, but this is at Optus Stadium. Is Dusty playing? Yes.
Yeah, is this the one that Eagles win?
But they're load managing him through it, apparently. He starts off really strong and then has been dropping off quite heavily, and I think they're managing him. He plays mostly forward.
Someone highlighted that on this podcast in great detail several times before Broden brought it.
Legit, I think Hoyne said it.
Yeah, but I brought it up first. I said that after round 1. I said, look at Dusty, had 15 in the first half, then he only had 2.
I'm just going to read your hot takes back to you the following week and just rile you up.
Please. No, I think I'm tipping West Coast for sure. I think West Coast are better. I'm a little riled up because of the did you guys see the chat around? A few commentators were upset that people were saying that Harley Reid's already West Coast better player, because I think that's so unfair to McGovern, that's so unfair to Oscar Allen, that's so unfair to Tim Kelly. So I think I'm a little riled up, and I'm reminded by that no, they still have some great players. And
Who
I think
aren't playing,
Yeah.
Oscar Allen's not playing.
Yeah, I know, right? But I still think Yo is having a better
really
season
good.
than a few years. McGovern is having the best start to a season for ages. I just think it's that
They're not that bad.
I love Harley Reid, and I think he's going to be fucking awesome. Especially last week, he was awesome. But when people were saying he's already their best player, that hurt me a bit and made me look on their list a bit more favorably.
Didn't even get the Rising Star nom.
Exactly. So I think West Coast will win.
Okay.
That's a hot take. You're not forward and coming backwards.
Oh, That says 69.
Very good, Marns.
What was I going to say about
West
this
Coast?
game, about West Coast?
Richmond?
So I heard a call on SEN today.
From Daniel Hoyne.
Honestly, if I hear Daniel fucking
It
Hoyne
wasn't.
again.
It was on Dwayne's World. And it was just a rando who called in, and I listened to them talk, and then I said, just vocally in the car, I went, "You're right," to this person who just called in. I was like, "You're right." He pretty much said, the AFL model has been built to be you win one every 18 years. That's what it should be. We've got this equalisation system that you are supposed to be good and win a flag and then drop off, and other teams are supposed to rise.
That's the idea, right?
West Coast won a flag
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
They've still got a bunch of good players. They should drop off. Why should we be giving them priority picks?
Oh, no, there's no way. They can't have a priority pick. No way.
You know, if they're, you know, but I was like, that's so true. But also the same with North. Is like, shouldn't it take care of itself? Shouldn't the equalisation be working perfectly? Why are we fiddling with the model?
Yes. But I think the thing about North Broden is, I think...
North Broden.
And
that's me that's my head. North Broden. Does that make sense?
No.
North Broden. And South Broden are my feet.
Okay.
I think
East Broden is my left hand. Sorry, go on.
And what's West Broden?
My right hand.
No.
I think the priority pick
wait.
discussion around North is a little unfair. Most of them have been free agents or just where they finished. I think they've only had one priority pick. I could be wrong. And they had the two that they had to trade. I think at the end of the day, Sheasel, McKercher, just because of where they finished on the ladder. Jason Horne-Francis was where they was on the ladder. Pick 3 this year was Mackay. Like I think a lot of people are very quick to throw around, what do you call them, priority picks. With North, when in actual fact they haven't received that much help from the AFL.
Didn't they in 2022 they got 2 picks, very important ones. We're talking Wardlaw and Sheasel.
Yeah.
And then this year they got McKercher and someone else, didn't they?
They got Dersma as well, but Dersma was because of Mackay though. That's what I'm saying, which is a different system. I'm just saying assistance from the AFL has not been that strong.
Can I apologise to you?
Yeah.
But can I also apologise to the audience? I said that my left hand would be East Broden. Incorrect. It would be West Broden. Because
never eat soggy wheat bix.
Yeah, and my right hand would be East Broden.
Yeah.
East Broden. Coming at you with the West.
So
At least you're
East
taking
Broden.
some accountability.
If it was Berlin,
finally.
if I was Berlin, my right hand would be communist Russian occupied.
Yeah.
Makes
The
sense.
left would be the US and the Allied forces area.
Yeah.
And my chest would be the wall.
Yeah, I love this.
But maybe a bit more to the right, I think, historically. Yeah, people don't forgive me in the chat, and I understand, and I have to earn back their trust.
I just want to see some accountability for your takes about grilled. I'm still fucking waiting
It's
to
a lot
hear
of
that apology, man.
relationship rebuilding.
do you like
that needs to
grilled?
happen. Yes, I
We
said
both
that.
love it, Broden.
Yeah, about 20 half an hour ago, went on about how I really like grilled, and I came onto this podcast
Yeah.
when I was a little baby, and you were like grilled shit, and I was like, well, I guess
Oh,
I'm
okay,
never
well,
ordering
I'm not
grilled
welcome here
again.
then.
Yeah.
You were a baby?
Yeah. I've
Last
grown
year
a
about
lot.
this time.
Yeah.
We should do
Last
something for
year.
your anniversary the first time you came on the pod. I'll find out the date. We'll have a party.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll get some tea cake.
Yeah, I'll bring in some stuff.
And a fantastic take on the
Great.
Finn Mason
Great.
stuff, Marnie. It was really wonderful to
That
have
was
that
good.
voice in this podcast.
Really good.
Yeah, and I purposefully, I don't think it's necessary to touch because I like ran through my brain. Is what's worse, racism or homophobia? It's all bad. It's all fucking.
Yeah,
it's all
it's
bad.
all
And quite
bad
often
speech.
this stuff intersects as well. So
Yes.
that's all I just wanted.
100%.
Are you doing some fun stuff for your birthday, Marnie?
Yeah, I'm seeing Essendon lose to the Western Bulldogs. I'm seeing.
You get a pasty, though. You
Yeah.
like get pasties at the...
Yeah, Marvel
Have
goes around,
pasties.
and because my parents will be here, so I don't have to pay for a thing.
Fuck.
You're going to go out for a
Yeah.
nice dinner or something?
Yeah, I oh my god, I thought of somewhere I really wanted to go, and I.
Is there nice places to eat in Docklands?
No.
Okay.
You've reminded me something, Marnie, and I'd like to call out to Leone Kelly, my mum, whose birthday it is tomorrow.
Oh, lovely.
Happy birthday, mum. And happy birthday to Wayne Kelly, my dad, who is... Actually, let's ring Dad.
Oh my god, this is so nice.
Whose birthday have I forgotten?
love that. Are you a birthday person?
As in...
It's an excuse to like be more joyous. So why would because
Yeah.
some people don't like birthdays, and I totally respect that.
I don't dislike them, but I've known to be a bit shy at times, so I don't always...
Really?
Do
Just
stuff,
make it
you
a
know?
dinner. We find out what you want to eat and then just make
Go
it
eat
a...
it.
yeah. I'll act like... he's never going to answer, but maybe we'll do it off podcast. Maybe I'll call him back. Oh, wait. Hey, how you going?
All right.
Happy birthday.
That was last week.
Yeah.
Thanks. But it's your mother's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you eating? What are you doing for dinner?
I just had dinner. Just had steak and salad.
Oh, that's nice. Something simple.
Yeah. And front bar's on soon, so I'll settle down and watch the front bar.
Is there any other? Do you have any other footy shows you want to watch on a Wednesday night?
Well, what else is there on a Wednesday night? 360?
No. There's something else.
Tell me more. The winners on the ABC?
No.
Footy replay?
No. Tom and I and Marnie are streaming right now.
Oh, get out.
Yeah.
I like that Marnie. She seems like a nice young girl.
Yes. The nice lady.
Yeah. Seems smart, not like you two.
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, I had enough of you. Bye.
Bye.
He always gets your back, Broden.
Aww, that was so nice.
All right.
Should we call my dad?
Yeah, we can. All right. Everyone enjoy their birthdays. And we'll see you for the Monday pod. I hope you have a great weekend at the footy. Happy birthday, Marns. Bounce uphill. And there it is, folks. Do you just keep recording this?
Yeah, because if I stop this, I have to stop the stream to.
Yeah.
I have to parsec into the other computer, Broden. It's a whole thing.
I thought parsec was a real turn of phrase, but they've just got that from Star Wars. And
I don't know what that is.
It's a Star Wars word.
Well, I'm talking about.
Dad's calling.
Hey, great. Put him on.
Answer him.
Okay.
Is it Greg?
Yeah.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Greg.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Marnie. We can sing Marnie happy birthday
Happy
now.
No, it's
right?
not my birthday yet. Okay, yeah, okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marnie. Happy birthday to you.
Hi, Greg. Nice to talk to you. Hi, Greg. Nice to talk to you for the first.
He hung up on me.
Did you just hang up on us?
Yeah, he's hung up on you.
Wow. bloody Greg.
Funny.
I appreciated that. That was funny.
Great.
Yes.
Thanks for all the attention. It's I don't I was like, I don't want to say I don't believe in star signs because like what you like and whatever you need to get by in the world, blah 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 blah. But
100%.
quite often, if I tell people that are into astrology, I'll be like, "Oh, I'm an Aries." They're like, "That makes sense."
Yeah, it's like, people do that with me with Scorpio as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
For the D's Pokemon, Jake Bowie into Clayton Oliver into Harry Petty.
Yeah,
I would just flip Petty and Oliver.
You reckon Oliver's the final form?
Yeah, come on.
But Petty's fucking huge.
that's
Oliver,
why
though,
he's the final form. Petty's the final form.
Oliver's
Yeah, that's what I
tall.
think.
Yeah, but he's not petty.
I'm not being petty.
I think you're being a bit petty about this.
I'm actually going to see. I'm going to see how tall they are.
Alex wants to know what you thought of the Donna show.
I had a lot of fun.
At
Yes.
the most
I had
upsetting
so much
guessing
fun.
game.
I love improv. There's like a certain kind of magic about like just how ridiculous things are being created together. Also because like you can
Okay.
because you can tell that like when the audience reacts to something improv wise that like that makes you do it more or follow that thing more, so you feel like you actually are a part of the show and you have input.
100%. I really
and I
want.
really like that.
I think this was Braden's idea, but I'll rehash it anyway. If we do a most upsetting game new film season, I think a footy with Broden Kelly special would be so.
I didn't come up with that.
Love it.
Didn't you? I thought you pitched that to me.
We
Like us three.
I remember talking to you and then you're like, we should tell Broden about it.
Oh, maybe it was my
I think it
idea.
was your
No,
idea.
I still saw someone pitch it to me. But if us three
it was
were the characters,
It's
and
very
then like
funny.
Mark and Zach could like guess a host or whatever, it'd be funny as.
I think it's very funny.
Yeah, people are sticking around.
Why wouldn't they? It's poggers in here.
Someone said more Cold War German politics in my footy podcast,
Yeah,
please.
for sure. Well, yeah. What would you like to talk about? What elements of it? Well, we could just expand it to it was a war in the sky, World War II, Marns.
Was
We've
it?
talked about this. You're a World War II person.
I'm a World War II person.
It was a war of the skies. The airborne was much of it was done in planes.
Can I ask you a serious
You're a
question?
pilot, you would
don't
fucking die.
have to answer.
Yeah.
Do you think it's problematic that the teams I go for are the bombers and the gunners?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's cool.
Is it?
It's really cool.
I think they've got to change the Essendon logo, mate. Like,
Do you?
Andrew Bogut. I think it's cool. I go for the devil. I go for Satan.
Yeah,
that's sick.
That's bad.
Yeah.
My team are the Flyers. I now go for the Jack Jumpers, which is dope. I go for the Demons. I go for the 76ers, which is the daggiest name.
Spurs. What's a hot spur?
A spur is on your boot.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
know
what I
that?
thought.
Yeah,
Surely.
it's like a suggestion you're a cowboy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So the Cowboys. The Knickerbockers, right? The New York Knicks Knickerbockers
Don't like that.
are underpants.
Yeah. Although Bathurst has a Knickerbocker hotel, which I think is funny.
can I talk about this for a second, right? Because I meant to bring this up last Thursday, right? I got a DM from a person whose username is Dot, right? And they said to me, gather round's really close to the natural enemies round, right? Which I thought could be cool for the AFL next year, right? Because you got dogs versus cats, right? Then you had lions versus kangaroos, which is like the king of the outback versus like the king of the jungle. You know what I mean?
you're doing.
Then Port Adelaide versus Essendon, so it's like sky things.
No, do Dockers versus Essendon. Have Anchor and a
Yes, that would make
plane.
sense.
Ricky claims to live in East Berlin.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I love.
But how cool would it be if they did like that themed round where you had Saints versus D's, Cats versus Dogs, Eagles versus Swans was last weekend too.
Yeah, I actually really like that. I vibe with that.
Magpies versus Hawks was last weekend too. So it's very close to this already. I think that would be fun.
There was a talk with Gather Round that they're really going to lean into the Guernseys. So like, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Like, so doing weird shit, like Melbourne doing its pre-season 2004 one with the devil logo on it, and like you like your weirdest Guernseys. I would think that.
This was an idea from the AFL or just from a commentator or?
It was. I think it may have been Daniel Hoyne.
Yeah,
it was,
right.
No, it was SEN.
Yeah, fun.
Devils and D's for a game. But people want to do that for White Night or whatever it is in what's the Mona night? What's the
Yeah, it's called Dark Mofo or
Dark
something.
Mofo?
Yeah.
They have the Devils Demons match.
Devils Demons.
I love
match.
that.
For Dark Mofo.
I
I
love
really
that.
like that. I
But
really
Saints
like
versus Devils is better, IMO.
Saints versus Demons.
True,
Yeah.
true,
Because
true,
Devils,
true.
I guess the natural rival of the Tasmanian devil is genetic cancer. They have mouth cancers. Did
Well,
you know
isn't
that?
it like people?
No,
They're Giants. I can play the Giants.
the Tasmanian devils. This is a
Or
fun.
Carlton, because there's just Blue Men. Sorry.
They've got a genetic mouth cancer that a lot of them get. So they're trying to find a breed of them. They're trying to find a breed that they can get the cancers away from and breed them. And then when they become extinct, release these ones back into the wild.
Like
Really?
koalas and chlamydia.
Without the mouth cancer.
Yeah.
Elephants have this genetic blood disease that means that sometimes elephants just die. Thai elephants.
That's horrid.
I know a lot of stuff about animals.
Yeah, me too.
Because of the zoo. What?
Expert.
He's not really.
You know nothing about animals.
No, me too. Expert.
What's your favorite animal?
Oh, probably doggies.
Just what kind of dog?
I grew up with 2 border collies, and I love them to death, and so I've always wanted them. But I acknowledge that my lifestyle doesn't suit border collies, so I probably will never have one.
That's correct.
Which
That's
breaks
the correct
my heart.
thing to say.
Breaks my heart a bit, but I will never. Yeah, unless. But when we grew up, my dad used to take them for a 5K walk in the morning. Then my stepmom would take them for a 5K walk at night. So they were sort of exercise, and they still had weight issues and exercise issues. So yeah. It's not cool, but I do love border collies.
Spurs from a rooster, not a cowboy, you peanut.
Obviously. Idiot.
I thought it was the spur thing.
Also, I think like
That's
your
what I thought
peanut
too.
is like the funniest insult.
You peanut. Yeah, it's the best.
Oh,
Do
no,
I
you're
get,
talking.
whatever the weather tattooed on me for Arsenal when the Arsenal women come. I really
From
want
Middle
it.
English, spur, spore. From Old English, spora, spura, spuro. It's a cowboy thing.
Yeah. That reminds me, we got to all go get the Chids tattoos because I re-listened to the episode today and we've all agreed to it. So
Well, that's the thing that we'll talk about after the week. Chid sent me a photo of all the. We'll talk about it after the thing.
Yeah, okay, I
She
know.
sent me like 8 gnomes that I could get.
no, I'm glad this actually eventuated. I thought I was the first to bring it up. So
But
yes.
it's
No,
her
we're
job.
getting
It's her job to
gnomes.
it's her job to ensure that it actually happens.
Yeah, we can bring it up next week. Great.
Great.
Because I reckon we do it live on a Wednesday night, Broden. Bring a tattooist in here.
Oh my god, can we?
Come on,
for
how
real?
fun would that be?
Oh, do it for the content, Broden.
For the
Do it
content,
for the
Broden.
content.
Just reading the comments. Broden is a big death guy. Cowboys were hot.
Dad
Spurs.
says sorry, he didn't hear you.
That's
okay, Greg. No dramas, Greg.
worries, Greg. Yeah.
No dramas, Greg. The Canberra team could be the Kansas. No, I don't think that's appropriate.
No.
But it's in the name, the Cans. But
The Cans.
the Canberra Can-Dos.
The Canberra Can-Dos.
Or the Canberra, what would they be? the politicians.
No.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah, I
Pollies.
don't know. The Pollies.
The Canberra Pollies. I
Doesn't
like
sound
that.
right.
Yeah, but for a different reason.
Yeah, for a
You're
sexual
like,
reason.
we'll play for any team. It doesn't matter.
Come on, that's good.
Do you want to swap teams?
Only if we mutually agree.
Yeah. We're cool with swapping teams.
Yeah, as long as we're both open to it, it's all good. You can play for Essendon for a week. I'll go play with Carlton.
Yeah. All right, we should go.
Yeah, sure. We can end this straight.
Thank you so much, everyone. Lovely to see you all. Marns, great to see you.
Thanks. Likewise.
Congrats on the tracksuit.
Thanks. It's very cozy. Comfy cozy.
Yeah, it looks cozy. I'm going to get a Nike onesie, I reckon.
I don't know how I feel about Nike because I've really lent in and I've got a lot of Nike stuff now. But like, is there a more ethical
Don't open that
sports?
floodgates.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is one. There probably is.
Okay, bye.
We'll go to Dimmies. I'll get a Dimmies. We'll see you soon. Bye.